Imagine two titans of finance, men who can move billions of dollars with a single phone call, facing each other on live television. Their voices are shaking, their faces are red, and they are screaming obscenities at each other. Not about politics, but about a company that sells protein shakes. One man calls the other a crybaby. The other calls him a liar. This wasn't a corporate takeover. It was a personal war. This is the story of the Battle of Herbalife, a brutal 3-year war between activist investor Bill Ackman and corporate raider Carl Icahn. At stake were over $1 billion of Ackman's money, the fate of the multi-level marketing company Herbalife, and supreme bragging rights on Wall Street. The story does not begin with a financial crime, but with a deeply held conviction. Bill Ackman, the intensely focused CEO of Pershing Square, believed he had found the biggest scam on the public market. In December 2012, he stepped onto a stage and delivered a 3-hour presentation, unequivocally declaring that Herbalife, a company selling nutritional supplements, was a massive illegal pyramid scheme. Ackman didn't just short Herbalife stock, a standard bet that a company's stock price will fall. He took an enormous $1 billion short position. This was not just an investment, but an attempt to trigger regulatory action and public outrage, forcing the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, to shut the company down. He believed the price was zero. He believed that he was doing God's work by exposing a fraud that preyed on poor and minority communities around the world by forcing them to buy unsellable inventory. His thesis was simple. Herbalife's real revenue didn't come from retail customers buying products, but from the constant recruitment of new distributors who were forced to purchase expensive starter kits and large quantities of products in order to maintain their status. He claimed that the products were merely a front for recruitment. The market reaction was immediate and chaotic. Herbalife's stock price plummeted. Ackman was confident, but he hadn't counted on the man who loves chaos more than money. Carl Icahn, the legendary corporate raider, had a decades-old simmering personal hatred for Ackman. The details of their feud were unclear, but it involved a deal that had soured many years before. When Icahn saw Ackman publicly commit $1 billion to a short position, he didn't see an investment opportunity. He saw a chance to crush his nemesis. Icahn began buying up Herbalife shares aggressively. He publicly stated that Ackman was nuts and that he thought the stock was cheap. For every share Ackman shorted, Icahn bought one, effectively driving up the stock price and putting pressure on Ackman's short position. This wasn't a financial strategy, but rather a move driven by pure competitive ego. The battle reached its climax in January 2013 during a live CNBC interview. Ackman was discussing the short when the host unexpectedly brought Carl Icahn into the conversation. What followed was one of the most memorable and bizarre moments in Wall Street history. The two titans exploded at each other. Icahn called Ackman a major crybaby and a schmuck. Ackman fired back, accusing Icahn of having a reputation for lying. The host cut the feed, but the message was clear. It was now personal, and the stock price was just the scorecard. As Icahn continued to buy shares in the company, he gained a seat on the Herbalife board and became its largest shareholder. It wasn't just his support for the company that he demonstrated. He also used his considerable influence to fight Ackman at every turn. Meanwhile, Ackman spent tens of millions of dollars on lobbyists, private investigators, and marketing campaigns to promote his pyramid scheme narrative to the FTC. For years, the stock was held hostage in this personal war. Each time Ackman released a negative research report, Icahn bought more shares, causing Ackman's short position to hemorrhage cash. The true moment of reckoning came in 2016 when the FTC finally announced the results of its investigation into Herbalife. The FTC did not label Herbalife an illegal pyramid scheme, which would have meant that the company was worthless, thus validating Ackman's claims. Instead, it imposed a $200 million fine and forced the company to restructure its business practices, ensuring that distributors were rewarded primarily for retail sales and not just recruitment. While this was a nuanced regulatory verdict on Wall Street, it was viewed as a resounding victory for Icahn and a crushing defeat for Ackman. The price did not go to zero. It stabilized and began to climb. Over the next few years, as the stock price continued to rise, Ackman was forced to buy back his shares to close his substantial short position, resulting in a loss of over $1 billion. Having bought in at low prices, Icahn made hundreds of millions of dollars, achieving the ultimate victory, both financially and personally. The Herbalife saga teaches us that, in finance, ego and personality can be just as powerful as fundamental analysis. While Bill Ackman was ethically correct in his assessment of the predatory nature of the MLM model, Carl Icahn was financially correct in his approach to the trade. Rather than betting on Herbalife's business model, Icahn bet on Ackman's inability to win a political and regulatory war. Ultimately, this was a tale of two billionaires squabbling over who had the bigger ego, with $1 billion at stake, and leaving the company's distributors and the definition of a pyramid scheme caught in the middle. This remains the most spectacular public feud in modern finance, forever cementing the rivalry between two of Wall Street's most formidable figures.